You're watching Worldsport.tv. We're delving into our archives now to meet a 16-year-old Ian Thorpe on the verge of superstardom.
Ian Thorpe became swimming's youngest world champion aged 15. Since then, he's swum his way to 4 Commonwealth gold medals and countless freestyle world records, and he's still only 16. But even the world's best have to start somewhere.
I started swimming when I was about 8 years old. That was doing one 30-minute session a week. At that stage I was allergic to chlorine. I used to swim with my head out of the water and I used to belly flop when I dived in, so I wasn't a natural to the water. And so I've really strived to get to where I am today, and it has been a lot of hard work.
But the effort paid off.
When I was about 14, I realised that I had the opportunity to make the standard that would make the Australian swim team.
Becoming the youngest ever male to make the national team, Thorpe's baptism by water began in Perth at the '98 World Championships.
I swam in 2 events at the World Championships and came home with 2 gold medals, so I was pretty happy with my performances there. Receiving the best possible result was something that I didn't expect to do at that stage, so it was a tremendous feeling standing up there on the dais for Australia and hearing my own national anthem.
And with a training schedule like Ian's, he needs all the inspiration going.
I do 2 swimming sessions a day, plus either a gym or a fitness session. Usually 2 to 2.5 hours in the water, an hour in the gym session, so about 5 or 6 hours of training a day. We get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. These terrible hours. I don't know why. I don't think there's any point for it, but it really does show the dedication that we have for this sport.
Just to prove he really is human, Thorpe found juggling schoolwork and over 40 hours of training a week just too much.
I actually deferred this year. I have another 2 years of school to go. I decided that it was getting a little bit too much towards the end of last year. I didn't want to jeopardise my chances with either my education or with my swimming, so I made the decision at this stage to give it up.
At Sydney 2000, Ian will be looking to help improve on the 2 goals that Australia's swimming team brought home from the last Olympics.
I think everything that you do up until the Olympic Games is your preparation for the Olympic Games. Every major meet that you've done is just in training. I've got the Pan Pacific Championships later on in this year. I intend to go from there to Olympic trials and make the Australian Olympic team, and then on to Sydney 2000, hopefully be as successful there as what I have in the past, and go out there and give my best performance possible in front of a home crowd.
Being first off the blocks and winning in Sydney is also a target for Thorpe's various sponsors. Bringing home gold will ensure an estimated $2 million Australian dollars and a sports star lifestyle that Ian's determined to keep under control.
I've done a photo shoot today, but I never take time out of the water to go and do these kinds of things. It's always slot in between training sessions. But sponsors do take up a lot of my time if I let them, but that's something that I haven't got into that kind of situation, and I don't intend to get into it either.
Already nicknamed Thorpedo, yet still to reach his physical peak, the teenager is set to become one of Australia's greatest swimming champions. But he's keen to point out it's not a solo achievement.
I think without the support that I've had from my family, I wouldn't have been able to do what I've done, to continue to be able to do it as well. And I think they have played a tremendous role in my successes, and I do know that without them, none of this would have been possible.
After filming with Worldsport, Thorpe went on to dominate the 400-metre freestyle, winning the event at every Olympic, World, Commonwealth and Pan Pacific Swimming Championships from 1999 until 2004. On his way to setting 13 individual long course world records, he won 3 Olympic gold medals and the nation's heart at Sydney 2000, anchoring the 4x100 metre freestyle relay team to an historic win over America. He became Australia's most successful Olympian of all time when he picked up 2 more golds in Athens, beating Peter van den Hoogenband, Michael Phelps and countryman Grant Hackett to win in the 200 metre freestyle, billed as the race of the century. Thorpe announced his retirement in November 2006 at the age of 24, citing waning motivation. He's still regarded as one of Australia's most popular athletes.
Subscribe to our RSS feed or sign up to our weekly newsletter to keep up to date with all the latest sports videos here on Worldsport.tv.